Diddy was at the top of his game for decades, but his former rival Suge Knight now thinks that him offending some very powerful people means he's going to end up dead before he gets the chance to snitch on his associates.
My guest, Suge Knight.
Everybody knew what was going on with Puffy for years. The higher ups was doing to him. He repeated what they were doing to him. He does it to everybody else. Like, not cutting you off, but he was an informant for years.
Took to the flavor of, is he a good guy? Especially considering what happened to him.
We about to go after you and destroy you. You are messing with the Illuminati.
First, let's talk about what Suge had to say about Diddy being groomed into the monster he is today. Knight pointed out that Diddy is simply part of an endless cycle in the music industry, and he does to others what was done to him. This sheds light on a very dark part of glamorous Hollywood, because as Suge pointed out, not even Diddy was born a monster. He was made into one.
My guest, Suge Knight.
Everybody knew what was going on with Puffy for years. The higher ups was doing to him. He repeated what they were doing to him. He does it to everybody else. And that's a cycle that's been going on in the music business. Like, I never was at those parties, a good thing for that, but I never was officially a part of the music party life. I was in the music business, doing what I did to do to take care of me and mine. No more, no less.
Suge also confirmed that Diddy was an FBI informant. This was during an interview with Michael Franzese, who was once part of a crime family himself. And as Michael pointed out, back when he was on the streets, the police and FBI were constantly hot on their trails. So why did Diddy get away with it for so long? Because he was one of them.
Like, not cutting you off, but he was an informant for years.
Was he really?
Yeah. That's why when people was like, oh, he's going to run, oh, he's not. The reason why these type of people get caught up, they always been feeling they bigger than the law because they part of the law, you know? And as you know, all these people get tired of their rats sooner or later, you know what I mean? And but at the same time, you know that. You can't, it's one thing, when I first got to sharing it, right? Mm-hmm. I come from the state where we don't police, we don't talk to police, and they trying to talk to us, we cuss them out.
Suge isn't the only one who has confirmed that Diddy was a Fed. Gene Deal had things to say about him as well.
Puff was a millionaire. Him being a confidential informant, him getting money like that, it was favors. He been getting favors and been paying law enforcement people for years to protect him. You understand? To protect him. We had a lot of people on the payroll when we was doing security. Somebody might have this.
Even Kanye West revealed this when he went on a rant against rappers, calling Diddy a Fed.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, you. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you Fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my coat card. So y'all niggas shut the up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the up about, you shut the up about Michael.
Right. Suge continued by saying that he was once hounded by a black police officer who wanted him to become an informant. When Suge firmly said that he would never talk to the police, the officer warned him that the government has eyes everywhere and can track everything. Knight then said that in a world like that, the fact that Diddy was never caught and never once went to jail means something.
One day he said, man, I just want to say words to you, one black man to another. All right. He said, this night, they want you and they continue to want you. He said, the FBI, the government is so advanced, they can have planes that you can't see, but can read your license plate. They said, most of the people you want to talk to, your guys, shit, probably wearing a wire. And I didn't say nothing then, I thought about it. And then as life went on, everything is cameras. Everything is conversation. For a guy, a part of a certain world, and you never go to jail, and you never go to prison, it's impossible.
Suge said that people around him were convicted, but Diddy was so powerful that even President Obama got him a pardon for his friend.
And look at the things he was able to do. You were able to do all these things, nothing happened. His friend, one of his partners, they got convicted for selling drugs for the company. Nothing never happened to him. And he got Obama to give him a pardon with no problem at all. I can go to Obama and say, hey, my childhood friend is in prison for life, let him go. It would never happen.
Suge also talked about Diddy's extensive network, pointing out that apart from a literal president, he even had religious leader T.D. Jakes tied to him. While nothing has been proven on that point, and Jakes has denied being close to Diddy, it's true that he was involved with him.
All of you who expect me to address a lie, you can log off.
Even Cat Williams brought up Jakes in relation to Diddy.
I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed.
And Suge said that Jake's influence is so great that people who wish to be involved in religion in jail don't visit other places. They turn to Jake's. He and Michael also discussed Epstein's death, saying neither believed he committed suicide.
And everybody knew it. So it's not like it's a situation where all of a sudden, maybe, there's been a talk. And you know as well as I know, by you being on the same tier as him, he probably was going to tell it all. He up himself, you know?
No doubt. No doubt in my mind at all.
They made sure he did.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way he could have done it. You know, first of all, they're watching all the time. There's cameras, and just so happens that one particular time there's no cameras and no one monitoring that. I had eyes on me 24/7 when I was there. So, I mean, I knew it was impossible.
Always.
Yeah.
You have that one time to yourself.
Nothing
You're
at all.
always watching yourself.
Suge then brought up another unconfirmed theory that the reason behind Diddy's downfall is that he dared to go against liquor giant Diageo. He said that when Ciroc became big because of Diddy, he wanted a bigger cut of the brand, and he tried to get that by bringing a racism lawsuit against them. Knight said that those in power didn't appreciate that and started looking for the many skeletons in his closet to bring him down.
Child molester are racist. Right? And so I'm quite sure they took it as he trying to destroy them. And the oldest saying in the world is that if you live in a glass house, don't start a rock fight.
Right.
So when he started a rock fight, that opened up the box for them to go look. Since he had the skeletons in his closet, they attacked.
In recent months, many have brought up this theory. Lord Jamar also talked about it in an interview.
Some say that he got a little too big for his britches, and when he ended up suing that liquor company De Leon, that's when it all started going downhill from him. That's when, you know, the real rich motherfuckers started showing you who they really are.
Even Gene Deal has talked about this, saying that the reason people like Jimmy Iovine don't get their lawsuits covered by the media is because powerful people are protecting him. But that is no longer the case for Diddy.
Puff did some things to some powerful people that they're calling in their friends and everything, and everybody's taking their hands off of him. So now he's no longer the altar boy, and he's not in their club anymore. Did you hear him on Jimmy Kimmel? He said, yo, I thought we was friends. Jimmy Kimmel knew he wasn't supposed to ask Puff anything about me. but he's not part of the boys club anymore.
Dr. Umar also talked extensively about how he knew Diageo was after Puffy.
They operate in 180 out of 194 countries in the world. You are not going to convince me that 1 + 1 does not equal 2. There is no way they were forced to settle with Puffy in January, and less than 2 months later, his homes are raided. He sues Diageo in the spring. Cassie comes out in the fall. He settles with Cassie in 24 hours. Diageo is watching this. So when Diageo decides to settle with Puff outside of court, they did this knowing full well we about to go after you and destroy you. You are messing with the Illuminati. You have no idea who you effing with, Sean Combs. And when Puff was so quick to settle with Cassie, that showed the whole world he was vulnerable. That showed the whole world he had skeletons in his closet. And do you know what I think Diageo did after they settled with Puff? I bet you after they settled with Puff, they probably never even made it to the airplane. They picked up the phone and they called King Charles III.
Suge continued pointing out that people from Puffy's camp have been involved with law enforcement for years. He said that this was a man the New York government gave a key to the city and let him get pardons for multiple friends who were in federal prison for selling cocaine. He wasn't a normal person. Knight used an analogy, saying that while the others were swimming from the ghetto to land, Puffy got on a boat. Suge continued to tell how he was so sure that not only was Diddy a Fed, but also planned Tupac's murder.
Puffy and Bad Boy and Diddy at the awards, you got me and Pac in the same vehicle, and we all going to the awards. Now we probably had close to 100 guys in Compton, all in sweatshirts. And I think we all was in ghetto wear. And you had a whole bus full of guys from the Bay. We all heading to the Soul Train Awards. There was a guy that did security for us that called police at the Soul Train Awards. Said, hey, you might not want to let them in. They coming to the awards. And we beat. How long was a Judas move, but it happened. When we got to the gates, to get to the awards, they said, like, they might come in, we might come in, we might can't come in. We leave our vehicles. One of our vehicles, my Hummer was blocking the driveway. Everybody else was on the street. The vehicles was left in the street. We had to get through by foot. As we coming in, they trying to come out. We all seen Puffy running behind us on a limbo. So the thing, at the same time, the police was on us. As we having this altercation to get past the police, a guy pulls a gun. The guy pulls a gun was a gang member from Compton on a different side of us. Nobody panicked. But they knew where he was from. They knew what happened. So when he said that, crazy thing about all this is that they knew what gang this guy was from. I'm not saying the gang, but it's only obvious. But if you want to know, it's no puzzle because it's a police report. They take this guy with a gun. Nothing happens. Everything go away. Now, move forward. When we got shot in Vegas, they say, this is the same gang that's with Puffy. Nothing happens. Again, when the guy involved in jail, when they saying, you're a guy who's involved with the shooting, Tupac ended up in Tupac dead. I got bullet extra my skull. Whatever it is, what it is. But at the same time, there was a war in Compton. Everybody who knows anything about anything in Compton, that war, they all salute my neighborhood and say we won the war. I don't think nobody won the war because at the end, everybody pretty much lost a lot. But the guy who's in prison, in jail, waiting for trial, told authorities a long time ago that he paid him to do that. Puffy paid him? And at the same time, yeah, that's no puzzle. He said 1,000 times.
He also brought up Justin Bieber and what Diddy and the others did to him after Usher brought him into the fray, saying nothing would have happened to him if he had been from a wealthy family.
Had sex with him.
When he was a kid.
I hate to say that. But I hate to say that because I really like Justin Bieber. I feel bad for Justin Bieber. And this wouldn't have happened if Justin Bieber came from a wealthy family. Justin Bieber pretty much came from a poor family, but the young man was so talented, and he could have been bigger than Michael Jackson. But the depression of the drugs and the stuff he allowed these grown men to do to this little boy is unhealthy and it's f***ed up. No grown men supposed to be getting high and doing drugs and drinking with a kid.
He also confirmed what Gene Deal has said about Usher and Diddy, saying the singer had been assaulted by Diddy when he was young.
Him and Puffy got a thing. He had a thing. He said, he gave me a look like, you know. And I thought about it. The way he rolled his eyes at me, it wasn't like somebody homie had rolled it. It was like I beat up somebody's man. Like I beat his, you know, he the bitch. Like somebody to roll their eyes. Like you beat my boyfriend up. I ain't speaking to you.
Really?
It was one of those, right? Yeah, for sure. And the crazy thing about it is like Leslie, his mother, and everybody else said the same thing. Well, it was wrong, but if we go and get Puffy in trouble behind that, Usher wouldn't be Usher. He'd be known as the guy who got molested by Puffy.
Gene Deal has talked about Usher and Diddy multiple times.
Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now, I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened. And that's just, you know, that's something that you heard.
Even Jaguar Wright has talked about it, blasting Usher for giving a young Justin Bieber over to a predator.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours.
He continued by saying that these things never started with Usher or Bieber or Diddy. It started with Michael Jackson, and even then there were many before him.
Everybody in the industry know what's been going on. Everybody know which one's taking it, which one's not taking it. But you gotta realize one thing, this didn't start just with Usher and Justin Bieber or Puffy. Started with Michael Jackson. Started with, we can go on and on. Now, Puffy was being with L.A. Reid and Babyface. And fruit don't fall far from the tree.
So what do you think? Will we get solid evidence of all the things insiders like Suge Knight and Gene Deal have been revealing? And is it time the music industry's dark underbelly got exposed? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more updates, and hit that bell so you never miss a thing.